we are talking about the HIV craze, HIV and AIDS infections. Now, I think it was yesterday or the day before yesterday where there was a new study or new report talking about how Nairobi was the leading cases of HIV, new HIV infections were Nairobi residents. And I'm just like, ooh, jump scare. You know, this is nothing to just gloss over. I think a while back when I was younger, the messaging about HIV was very loud. It was very out there. We were talking about no stigmatization. We were talking about chill, abstaining from sex so that you can reduce the, the rate of infections. There was a lot of messaging about HIV, how to manage it, how to go to hospital, how to get ARVs. There was a lot of content being pushed to the people. These days, not too much. I feel like we've regressed. As a society, we have really regressed. We've stopped talking about these issues, and this is why they keep steadily rising. But I also do understand how the cost of living and the economic status of most Kenyans could have contributed to this. Stay with me. Just the other day, we were seeing reports about how girls in Western either do not go to school when they're having their menses, or they have to perform sexual acts with people to get access to period products. That was a whole story, a whole can of worms. But if you think about it, if a 16-year-old feels that the only way they can get money for period products is by sleeping with others in exchange for money, do you see how this could increase the rate of infections? Last month, I had the chance to actually be in Homa Bay, and we're speaking to some of the locals, and they were talking about how HIV infections in Homa Bay are so high that people are straight up afraid of having sexual intercourse. Like, you don't know who has it. You could throw a stone and it's going to hit somebody with a HIV infection. That's just how many people are living with HIV and AIDS and keep spreading it. We've seen the stories about polygamous men. Nobody is going for HIV screening. It's just you have your wife, you have your girlfriend. Your wife also has somebody who makes her happy on the side. There's somebody who's making your wife happy, also has a girlfriend. We need to stop this, okay? Let us normalize screening before you have sex with a new partner. Screening for all diseases, for STDs, for STIs, for HIV, for even hepatitis. There's so many things, okay? And also somebody who's been privy to a lot of these events that happen at night. There are a lot of things I've seen. Parents, do you know where your 18 and 19-year-olds are going at night? Because that's where it's at. There was an event, just a piano event that I had access to just the other day. And the things I saw in the parking lots, your daughters, your sons doing, it just calls for more sensitization, more information. Parents, you need to parent your children more. Don't just leave them and hope that the world is going to take care of them. The world is taking care of them. And somebody who's actually been very forefront about their journey when it comes to HIV is one Lydia Vera. She's been using her TikTok on platform talking about the moment she realized that she was actually HIV positive. She said it was just one of those things. She took a test and found out that the person she was in a relationship with had unfortunately contracted her with the disease. And from a place of feeling so hopeless to now becoming somebody who's talking about their journey, somebody who's now providing information about where to get ARVs, somebody who's now using their platform to spread the information and say, even if you're in a relationship, you still need to get tested. She has really and surely come a long way. And a lot of people are actually responding to her content and saying, I appreciate this lady for sharing this story. We all need to be careful. Whether you are single, whether you are in a relationship, whether you trust or not trust your partner, please go get tested, okay? Because people are doing a lot of things outside. Somebody by the username Brenda Morioki did share and said, and you thought that we would hate you? Absolutely not. Bado tunakupenda, and there's nothing you can do about it. The way you stay real about your story is truly inspiring. Somebody said, you're so authentic, and we love you, and you love your talks here. Stay educating her. And it's not just Lydia who's sharing her story about HIV and living with AIDS, living a very comfortable and fulfilling life with HIV/AIDS. We also have a lady by the username Greatness who's also been sharing her journey also on the TikTok platform about living with HIV and just how heartbreaking it can be to get those results, okay? She did talk about overcoming, depression, because it takes you to, the information that's there and the things we have seen about people living with HIV can be so heartbreaking. It could feel like, okay, this is the end. There's no recovery from here. But she says that she's been able to get out of depression. She's been able to overcome the embarrassment of even stepping aside and telling other people that, you know what, I'm actually HIV positive and everything is okay. From even fearing the stigmatization, because that's usually the biggest fear. If everybody knows that I am infected, they're going to try their very best to stay away from me. But that is not the conversation we're having today, okay? We have learned, we have seen proof that you can live a fulfilling life, you can date, you can get married, you can have children who are HIV negative, even if you are positive, okay? We have really and surely come a long way. She has said that through the darkness, she has found a way to rise. Her videos, or rather her content on social media, is now focused on acceptance, mental health, and reclaiming confidence. She also talks about learning to love herself again, taking her medication, and refusing to let stigma define her. Now, those are just a few of the Kenyans who have been very vulnerable about their journey on social media when it comes to living with AIDS. There are so many other people. And here's the thing. We should normalize HIV treatment, okay? Showing how easy the routine is, showing how easy it is for you to keep taking your medicine. I do understand that there was a time when ARVs were free for most people, but I'm not sure if they're still free or if they've subsidized the cost of getting medication, but we surely will look into that. We also have to talk about removing the stigma, okay? If your friend shares with you, you should know that this does not concern you, okay? It's not like it's not airborne. It's not spread through touch, okay? Don't be that person who all of a sudden stigmatizes your friend simply because they've shared their status with you. Be a good friend, okay? Walk with them in this journey. Also building communities, providing a safe space for people so that they can feel that they're not alone, and also encourage testing among young people. Now, I do understand in most government facilities that testing is free, so please take advantage. There's counseling before testing, there's counseling after testing. Don't just wait for when you're giving blood or when, a random accident happens for you to find out your results. We also have public health centers that provide free ARV medication. County hospital and sub-county hospital. There's also, I have mentioned, free counseling at VCT centers. And if you do not feel like engaging with the public when you're getting to know your result, you can actually get a HIV self-kit. You just buy at the pharmacy, you can order online. There's so many platforms for ordering drugs, not drugs, medicine, or other kits for you to test in the safety and privacy of your home. So these are all avenues that you can explore, okay? Don't just live in bliss and not know your status, okay? Know it early so that if you are infected, you know what to do about it. You know how to prolong your life. You know how to lead a healthy life. And also, you're risking more infection. You're risking spreading the virus by sleeping with other people. And I also need you guys to know that it is illegal. It is illegal for you to spread the virus to somebody, especially when you knowingly know. In the heart of your heart, you have confirmed that you are HIV positive and you knowingly sleep with somebody. That is actually a crime. And if you're a victim of such, you can actually report such a person.